Hello, I'm Jennifer, and this is Pastor's Wife Digiprints YouTube channel. I also have a Etsy shop with lots and lots of good junk journal digitals in it. So today I want to talk about what do you do if you're a beginner. You've seen people do junk journaling, you've seen pictures, and you want to give it a try, and you may not have all of the things that you might need to bind your book. So if you don't have that stuff, and you don't feel like running out and getting it right now, but you want to get started, you can try your hand at making an envelope journal, because it doesn't require any kind of special binding. All you do is get some envelopes. Maybe you have a stationery set you've never used yet, or somebody gave you just recently. Maybe you have a bunch of them in your stash, or maybe you have some greeting cards that you've never used. Well, you can grab those, and what you do is you take, hold on, let me get my stuff. You take an envelope and you stick it inside an envelope. Let me show you what I mean. These have already been done that way, but you open it up and you stick the flap of one envelope inside the flap of another, and it becomes pages. And just keep doing that, adding it to the back, adding it again here, just like so. And then you can, once you get it the way you want it, you can either glue it in or just leave it like that. It does stay together pretty easy. And then you can put papers, either the paper that you got with your your stationery set. And you can use different papers, you can use junk mail, lots of ways you can do it. But what I've done here, I had this pretty stationery set that I have several of these somebody gave me, and then I've used some punches at the bottom. You don't have to use a punch, maybe you don't have any. You can use your scissors and make a pretty design at the bottom, or you can leave it like it is. It's already pretty. And then you can grab whatever you have, whether it's a shoelace. I got shoelaces. Some of my daughter's shoes were ruined, but the laces were still really pretty, so I grabbed them. You can use small lace, big lace off a curtain you don't use anymore. Let your imagination go wild. But here's some of the stuff I've done so far. So this will come right out as a small one inside of a large one. So I'm going to end up gluing that one so it'll stay in place. Just put a little glue right here or right on the edge, and it'll still be a pocket. So let's do that. You can look at some of these ideas. Oopsie, glue had some water in it. That's okay. Water looks good on junk journals. Makes it look old, if you like that look. Once it dries, I'm not worried. That's the thing. Happy accidents happen all the time in junk journaling. So don't screech when things go wrong. Just roll with it. Okay, so I want it straight. And you have to have it straight. Just remember that. Happy accidents happen all the time. Okay. Now I've got this little bitty envelope. I have envelope templates on my website, but this one I just found and I think is really cute. front. I think it'll be cool. Give the front a little bit of pizzazz. This is old glue somebody gave me, so that's why it gets separated, I think. Anyway, I'm gonna put it around the edges. Let's see, how do I want to do that? I wanted to do it where it became a pocket. Pockets are so much fun in junk journaling. Pocket everywhere. Okay, so I'm gonna stick this right here. Little hidden pockets. So much fun. And later I can come back and put something in the pocket. Maybe that's sticking out of the pocket. Not be so hidden anymore. But I kind of like that. To know where things are. Because whoever I give it to, I don't want it to be like never finding the pocket. Okay, so it's not finished on the front yet. I haven't decided what I want to do. Maybe some more of this paper added. What I added here was a sample of a fabric that I had. You can even send off for samples of fabrics, like for, I think, blinds and stuff like that, and they'll send you some. But I don't know if that's what I did here or this is something I found at a thrift store. Here is some paint chip samples that I've gotten. Somebody gave it to me, I think. You can ask for them or just get them at the paint store. And I have a whole bunch. I don't remember where I got them. That was really neat. And I'm like, hey, I want that. It's probably a thrift store. These are fun to play with. And I'm going to show you some more things I grabbed. I have this old thing that a zipper came in a package. I was thinking I could use it somehow. Maybe take this part that's peeling way off. Not sure if it matches my theme very well. I may not use it in this one, but you know, I can save it for a different project. Okay, and then I have all these little bits and bobs here that I saved. And I can look through it. Little pieces of, oh, that matches good. And this could be a pocket or just a pretty. I could flip up and have another journaling space. Break up the monotony of the white. You can make some really strong instant coffee, and you can spray it in one of these little spray bottles. They're like this, but you can get them from Dollar Tree in their spray bottles. You could spray it on here. I was thinking about doing that. So that's something else you can do. Like these little, where you've punched out something. If you don't punch it too much like I did here, this will be useful. But I don't think this one's very useful. Maybe this one. Not sure. I think I punched it too much too. Some of these things I just need to get rid of, don't I? Okay. Then pieces of book. I don't know why I kept this, but I guess I like the little picture. So I could cut it out and have another thing to put into a journal. Usually I'll get these little books and I'll Use the little children in it. I like little children's books. You can leave it jagged edged or just smooth. And put that in a book. Well, I'm going to go ahead and put this one in. And what I want to do on this one is I want to bend it right here. So I'll get me something straight, bend it again. So it'll be a nice straight edge. What do I have? And you just look around you or grab a ruler. Rulers work, but my kids are always taking my rulers. So you know how that goes. Anyway, I'm gonna try this, see if it's thick enough. I'll use 2, 3 of them. Let's try that. That'll be my ruler for today. And it's supposed to be something. Junk journaling is supposed to help you not to stress out. Don't stress. So there we go. Nice. There we go. I'm going to, where do I want it? I think I want it down here. You don't have to have any fancy glues. You can use Elmer's. Centrate a little. And voila! Now I got it a little bit too long, didn't I? Well, that's okay. That is perfectly fine. All you have to do is cut it off. Don't worry. Be happy. Perfect now. Okay. Now back to this spot. What do you do if you just have white and you want a different color? Well, you just use whatever you have to change the color. Maybe you have, I don't know, Kool-Aid, or maybe you have an ink. This time I have an ink. I don't know if I want this ink. It's kind of dark. But I can try a different color. I've got different ones. I've got a spray. Now, I didn't always have these sprays and inks, so think outside the box. Do you have any stamping ink? That works. I'm gonna grab whatever I have on top. Oh, this won't take forever. Blue. Blue works. Let's see if we can get some blue onto. Yep. There we go. Lovely. Let me just take your little piece. Now let's get back in the frame. And glue it in. Now I have some sticking up that didn't get glued down, so just push it. If you're using the liquid, you want to allow time for it to dry. Another thing you can use in journaling is some sequins. I have these little drawer things. I don't know if I can. It's a big drawer thing somebody gave me. Those are very handy. but little stuff like this that don't cost very much at all from there. Then you can use sequins or little bitty jewels or buttons. I love buttons and stuff like that. It can add to it. I don't know if I'm going to add any, but you can. And just put a drop of glue. Put it anywhere you want it. I might go with buttons. I don't know. This might be just the thing because this one I don't want to be too bulky. If it gets too fat, then it's going to be hard to close because it doesn't have the thicker binding. So let's just go with the sequins. Okay. Now I'm going to get some glue. And you can use hot glue too. Makes it fast. But since I'm just talking with you, I'll let it glue down. You can use the Aleene's glue. I have some of that, I think, right? Don't know where I put it actually. I haven't been able to do much journaling lately. I had a death in the family. I just felt really compelled to have to spend some time doing it because it really de-stresses you. And I've been under a lot of stress, let me tell you. When someone dies, it's very stressful. Having to deal with all the funeral arrangements, everything. So, anywho, I got glue all over me now. You can do this with tweezers. Some people do. Wow. Get glue everywhere. I usually do this with hot glue, but I don't have my hot glue gun going. I just had to take the time that I had, which is not much, and get something done. Anyway, when that dries, I'll put something there. You have to put something over that. See, it just turns from one thing to another. That's fine. Okay, I wanted to add some of my pretty paper to give it a pop. Let's see, what color? Ooh, this would be a good color. It's yellow. Wanted to give a pink pop too. Okay. But you can find paper from the junk mail section. Let me show you what I mean. Let me grab some. I have all kinds of junk mail under here. Or even old patterns. I have some old patterns. Here's the junk mail. If you don't have any pretty papers, you can cut out something right there. A little piece of yellow. And make it into something really pretty. Not there. Look at that would look good. Nope. But then I could, if you had a big piece, mine had something on it, so gotta work with something else. And you just think about things, you know, how would it look good? This would be like a whole page here. You could add in. Okay, so put it here or here. on a little bit further, we could put it like that. I don't like it like that. You just try things out. You could attach it here or open like that. I think I want to keep going. You could even wrap it around like that. Now this side, then when you pull that up, you have another side to open out the other way. I like that thought. Maybe take it up a bit, do something to the edge. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. Made my decision. Just gonna put a strip of glue down the center here. And you could do all of this on the sewing machine too. You need to have a denim sewing needle though on your sewing machine, or the paper will end up, and cloth and all that that's thick is going to end up ruining your sewing machine needle. You'll be like breaking tons of needles. I hope you can see everything when I get back here. Focus. Ooh, the other side's pretty cool too. It says safe care. But I don't know if I want that. You could make another little flap here. But since mine has little glue marks all over it, I think that I'm going to pass on this little piece. But you know what I mean. Just giving you examples. And I don't think this goes with the theme that I have here. But this is something that you could add to a journal. Just not this particular journal. Let's see what else I have over there. Oh, yes. I got this really neat bag. I think it needs to be cleaned up, but it's made out of this nice, almost vellum-like material. You could cut pieces of it and put it in there. I'm not going to do that right now because this one's pretty dirty. Needs to be cleaned up. This is just tissue paper. No, I think tissue paper when I want textures in a journal, it really makes it nice. So tissue paper would be great. Just do it sparingly so that it doesn't get ripped up and you can get lots of it in there. Okay. You can use book pages, old book pages. And give it a little interest. And I'm gonna use my stick glue for that one. I'm just gonna put the edge right here. This is really old. Stick glue is really good for this thin paper. Put it back on there. Always put it on the top too. Kind of Mod Podge it in there. Or glue podge it, that's what I named it. And then I'm going to go over it with the lid. It gets it down real tight. Now Now, if you need a heat gun and you don't have one yet, you can just grab your hairdryer, just and it makes things dry faster, and you can go to the next page faster, and you can get a whole book done in one day, especially one of these kind. Okay, this one needs some glue. Because it's not the same size as the other, you're going to have to glue it in because it just moves around too much. I'll just grab the glue. Okay, all glued. Oop, on my hair on things. On my kids' hair. Probably my kids' hair. Lots of pretty girls with pretty long hair. Watch out for that. You don't want hair going to your friends or your customers. This one's getting all wiggly wonkety. So I'm gonna go ahead and glue the sides of that one. Like I said though, if everything was the same size, you wouldn't have any problem with that, I don't think. Okay. That's done. Along. And then when you're done, all you have to do is just glue down the last page like so. I don't know if I'm done or not. Oh, I haven't put this in yet. Where do I want you? Of a nice thing to have something behind there, isn't it? Just don't know if I want to do that. Let's try a little piece. Just a tiny punch that I used on here. And they're pretty cheap, so if you want something cheap you can pick up, not spending a lot of money, because it can add up really fast if you just buy everything you think of. That's a good way to do it. Alright, I still haven't found the perfect spot for this guy yet. This one I have glued down right here, so I can open this way. So I could put something back here. That'd be fun. Let's do that. I'm going to use this other side is my guide because it's got lines. But I think if there's any two lines, that's not really going to help that much. And then you can use this side for something. Like that or like this. I'm doing this way because of the heart so it can match. And I'm going to go back later and do the edges. I just wanted to get y'all started. You got to start somewhere. And it's not going to look perfect once you get it in. Remember that, because you're going to do something else to it. Until it looks just right. Whether it's add something on the edge of it, like this, or, which I'm going to, or you can cut it, you can do a lot of different things. Now this time I'm going to use stick glue. Just to show you, the stick glue can do just about anything the other glue can do, as long as you put a whole bunch. For the heavy items, like this is heavier than paper, so you've got to give it a bunch. And there we are. And if all you have is like a hole punch, you can use a hole punch. Let me show you. I'm just going to use this little hole punch. I need to turn it around so you can see what I'm doing. This one I might not be able to see what I'm doing, because I went off the edge. But I'm just gonna go with it. Like how that looked, you can always cut it off. But anyway, just giving you some ideas. Here's my little strip that I have left over. See these little dangles? I just added them to the paper clip with a little bulb safety pin. Those are fun. Here doesn't look right. This looks weird. Getting closer to where I want to put it. Not quite. When we open that up and we have this thing here. Like that. Let's do that. Little spot. See what I'm doing? Have I gotten out of frame again? Shame on me. Okay. Let's see if you can see what I'm doing. Okay, I hope you can see that. It's another little flip up. Just for fun. I have a wayward sequin. But we'll probably do more on this project another day. I hope you enjoyed getting these ideas. I've got lots more. Check out my other videos. See y'all later. Bye-bye.